Bitcoin fund holdings continue to soar to new levels in the most recent move for Bitcoin here. This basically shows that a lot of trusts, ETFs, and a lot of the big funds are actually buying up more Bitcoin and holding it. Okay, this is big funds holding Bitcoin, and this is a very, very, very bullish sign. Onto the news that we were talking about yesterday, how CZ has resigned from Binance. This caused Binance processing nearly $1 billion in net outflows. This basically means $1 billion is being pulled off their exchanges, off their exchange. Very, very crazy stuff there for Binance, for CZ as well. What does this mean for the price of BNB? BNB obviously dumped down like 17%, nearly 20% to the downside, as we did discuss yesterday. What does it mean for it right now? This is a rising wedge chart pattern, guys. A rising wedge chart pattern technically means they tend to usually break to the downside, so there is going to be a BNB trade now of around 2% using a measure move, something along the lines of this. You're not here for BNB, you're here for Bitcoin. So let's jump straight through to the Bitcoin chart here, guys, because as you can see on the short-term time frame, this is what we were looking at yesterday, and this is the trade that we were going for, right? We were going for this, I think it was around 2% to the upside that we did target here. We got the candle body close on the lower term time frames that we were looking for over very, very crucial points. It was slightly later than we thought. But the breakout and the measure move was perfect, okay? As you can see here, we saw that breakout. We saw that candle body close. We got in. We smashed it. We had staggered take profits all the way up here, guys. 39.7. That was the entry point around this area. 37,000, 37,200, 37,500, staggering those take profits all the way up to get to that 2.62%. Now, where is Bitcoin right now? And how can we be making money from that? So let's get rid of yesterday's trade, and let's get some fresh TA on the table for us to be looking out for, okay? Now, as you can see, we have seen a very, very big move to the upside. We have seen a pullback in terms of the micro high low that we're looking for to set at this point in time. It looks like it's going to be here. We need to break this high just here. Once we break this high, then this confirmed higher low on this micro time frame will be essentially confirmed, right? When this does happen, it does look good for market structure. We can take this as our low, this as our previous higher low, this as a high coming up like so, new high. Now we're looking for another new high and a higher low to be confirmed there. So we're looking for this micro uptrend to continue. It's looking bullish with the fund holdings, as said at the start of the video, guys. And one thing I do want to talk about here is this very big level of resistance, guys. There's a huge level of resistance, and we will go into this on the longer term time frames very, very shortly, because there's a massive, massive trade that we can be taking advantage of here as well there, guys. So the points of resistance that I'm looking for here, you can see these areas have been tested. We've had 3 tests now, okay? 3 tests to the upside here, and we've got absolutely slammed down every single time, okay? Well, on 2 of the tests, not the 3rd test really that much, which essentially means momentum to the downside in terms of resistance is slowly dying, okay? Which is very, very good for bullish sentiment, right? And this basically looks like that we could actually break to the upside from this area, and this basically means clearing around 37,800. If this is going to happen, guys, God damn, there's going to be a lot of money to be made, okay? There's areas that I really want to be looking out for here. And firstly, it's going to be this week high at around 38,000. If we can claim 38,000, guys, in terms of support, we know whole numbers tend to usually give us a bit of trouble in terms of support and resistance. So we're going to use that to our advantage. For 38,000, we're likely to probably come up, test 38,000, come back down, and probably ride a level of support, something along the lines of this, right? This is sort of what I sort of probably would be looking for if we are looking for this sort of move to take place. If we do smash past 38,000, then it's going to be very, very good indeed. And that's what makes me push to the midterm time frame, guys, because I want to go through this position on a higher term time frame, because it's going to be looking a lot easier to comprehend for you guys. So as you can see, let's get rid of some indicators so it's easier for you guys to see here. Let's get rid of the VRVP there, and let's talk about this giant bullish pennant chart pattern, guys. This is a giant bullish pennant chart pattern, and it is in our favor, okay? Bullish pennant chart patterns, they tend to usually break to the upside, and essentially what this is a symmetrical triangle chart pattern. As you can see, we do have support on the lower side here and resistance on the top side here. In a symmetrical triangle chart pattern format, this is at the top of an uptrend, guys. It's the top of an uptrend. So what does this tell you? It means it's a bullish pennant chart pattern, and bullish pennant chart patterns usually mean continuation of the trend, okay? So if we're looking for a move, okay? If we're looking for a nice breakout scenario here, because trading breakouts is very, very clean, very, very easy to trade here. This is going to be the measure move here. It's going to be worth around 5%, guys, okay? Now, let's not forget our areas here. Let's not forget that 8%, the 38,000 that we were just talking about there. So let's mark that in on the chart because this is going to be very, very crucial. And just looking at it, guys, now we're going into the bigger term time frames for this swing position, the midterm here for Bitcoin. I sort of would be favoring being patient, okay? Favoring being patient because you can see, again, these areas, we did get slammed down from the resistance of this trend line that I was just talking about on the lower term timeframes, guys. But also, we need to take into consideration, we actually got slammed down as well from the horizontals, okay? There's horizontals there that actually hit us in terms of resistance. So what are we going to be doing? We're going to be waiting till we get support on them, guys. And that is what you need to be doing here. Once we get that nice candle body close, once we get the nice confirmation sort of above this area, that's what I'm going to be looking for, okay? That's what I'm going to be looking for. And if it's imminently, if it comes up very, very fast and we stop here and we consolidate along this area, amazing. We're going to enter there. But if we come up, we come down, we retest lower on this sort of area down here, then I'm still going to be looking for that entry. Now, you're going to ask me why, okay? The reason why I'm going to be looking for this entry is because, yes, there is areas of resistance here, these horizontals that I just covered, but if we're using them for take profits, I'm talking micro take profits, guys. I'm talking if we were to enter, say if we had a nice amount of consolidation along this area in terms of support, and we look like we were holding this area and not having this filthy resistance, then I would be looking for probably a micro trade of maybe around 1%, maybe around 0.5%. Why not? If we're consolidating along there, we know there is resistance there. We know we're holding support. It's an area of consolidation. Let's trade that space, okay? That will be done on the lower term time frames. But just for a bit of confirmation for you guys, if we do consolidate along this area, I will still be looking for a lovely little trade in that area as well. Now, let's talk about the big dog. Let's talk about the tsunami position that we're going to get into, okay? It's going to be worth around, ideally around 4.6%. That's sort of what I'm going to be looking for here. I will be staggering take profits as we go here. In terms of where we're going to be putting those take profits, we're going to have to go back in history here, all the way back to the 22nd of May. No, May 2022. Yeah, May 2022. This is where we were previously at these levels before, and we're going to be using these areas as support and resistance, guys. And it's pretty simple. You're just going to be slapping in here. You're going to be slapping in horizontal levels to be using as take profits. We're going to be using that as take profits, and then we're also going to be using, I'm not sure how high this goes on the left hand side, so let's just slap in a load of areas for now and then take us right back to the live price and see if that that does not help us at all. Very annoying. Okay, so let's try again. Let's move back. As you can see, guys, I'm doing this live. I've not prepped this. But yeah, you can see this is the area that we are looking for. So let's zoom in. And also, guys, you can drop down to the smaller term time frames as well if you are looking for those smaller areas to be taken advantage of. So this is definitely going to be an area because you can see we do have support there. We have support. We have a bit of support there as well. And also we do have some resistance. We do have some resistance and some resistance. So this horizontal is in fact valid, but we need to get more in there, okay? So I'm going to bang that one in there as well. You can see again, support, 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 resistance, resistance. We're testing that support formed. So yeah, this is definitely going to be an area I want to be looking out for there, and also using that as a potential take profit. Probably just going to slap another one in there, and the reasoning for that is, I know it's pretty hard for you guys to see that. Let me change the color of that really quickly so you guys can see which one I'm on about. It's this giant yellow one here. You can see the level of support here, level of support, level of resistance, level of support and resistance being formed in there. So let's jump back to the live price and see how this is going to affect our position. Now you can see we still do have a bit of an empty area, guys, a bit of an empty area. So what does this tell us? From entry to first take profit, it's going to be a slightly more risky trade, okay? It's going to be slightly more risky and slightly more... I don't like these ones, personally. Personally, I like to be safe, but what we're talking about here is 38,200 all the way up to 38,900 in terms of one straight move. I mean... I don't like it, okay? I don't like it, and the reasoning for this is, guys, is because the whales see these chart patterns too. The guys who manipulate the price of Bitcoin continuously, they see what we're trading. They see how the retail are going to be trading this in terms of chart patterns. So what we need to do is set an early stop loss, and an early take profit, and then we can basically be using that to our advantage. And what do you know? Volume weighted ATR bands, guys, look at them. 4 hour and 1 hour. Those are just perfect for resistance, guys. And to show you guys, again, resistance from these bad boys, bang, lovely, lovely, lovely support as well. You can see resistance, resistance. These guys are perfect to be trading and using as really, really strong levels, okay? They're very, very good to see. So, if we are going to be using these guys, which we're going to, because why the hell not? And if you guys did want to use these, because I know you don't have access to them, drop a comment on the video. Everyone who drops a comment on this video, I will give access to, okay? Drop a comment on the video, join the Telegram group in the description, direct message me with your Telegram username, and I'll get you added to this indicator so you can basically use these guys for the next week or so while we are trading. And guys, I am going to be doing a trading challenge coming up in a few weeks' time, and it is going to be $500 to $10,000. And we're going to do it as a community. We're going to be doing trades, ideally every day if we can see a nice position coming up. And yeah, it's going to be really, really good. We're not going to rush it. We're going to take it nice and slow, sticking to our risk-reward scenarios, sticking to our rules for trading and the psychology behind each position. And I will be dissecting each position on my YouTube channel here and also on my Twitter. So if you guys want to jump over to Twitter, you can the link is in the description and you can follow me on there as well. But yeah, this is sort of what I'm going to be looking for this long position to the upside here. I've been going on about this for a while now. It's going to be worth around 4.6%. I'm going to be using these volume-weighted ATR bands as early take profits. In terms of a stop loss, guys, okay, in terms of a stop loss, this, at the moment, if we're going to go one-to-one, it would look something along the lines of this, right? It would look something along the lines of this, and that's putting our stop loss all the way down at around 36,500, okay? Right now, there's not that much holding us up, okay? There's not that much holding us up until we get over this area. So really, my stop loss is really going to depend on how we form support in this area. If it's just a quick touch and down, and then we're tinkering along this line, I'm not going to be favoring this big position, guys. As I said, I'm going to go for those smaller positions and probably use a bit more equity to profit off the smaller moves rather than the big moves here. So ideally, I'm looking for support. I'm judging it as we go, and I'm sure I will have updates coming through over the next day or so for this position on YouTube as well. So make sure you guys stay tuned and watch out for that. But yeah, doing daily uploads now, guys, Monday to Friday as well. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. You know the drill. But yeah, moving on to the longer term time frame here for Bitcoin, because this is where it gets interesting again, guys. Bull market barrier. We are looking to turn this bad boy blue consistently, and we're getting there. Okay, we're getting those daily candle body closes where they need to be. I want to get over the most recent high. Okay, and that is sat around just under 38,000, guys. If we can get above 38,000, get a daily candle body close, that is sort of what I'm going to be looking for. Now, look at this for a trend line that we got coming through from here. I know this is actually a measure move from the longer term time frames here. So the measure move target for that is at around 50,000. But you can see we are actually forming a little trend line to the upside here as well, guys. So a point of resistance to be looking out for there. If we do come up, it is going to be sat around 41,000, that sort of area. This sort of area is going to be very, very crucial. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. But in terms of the macro timeframes here, guys, we're looking for the candle body close above 38,000 on the daily. And once we get that, it's going to be a lot more bullish. Okay, moving on to altcoins, guys. Altcoins today, let's have a look. Well, that's pretty goddamn green. Okay, that's very green, very, very bullish here for altcoins, looking really, really, really good. What is standing out right now? Obviously, you've got PYTH. I think that's a new coin. Saw something about an airdrop about them. I haven't looked into them yet, but yeah, they're doing numbers every single day. FTT, I don't know what the hell is going on with FTT. I think this is the FTX coin, so might just be the meme coin armies getting hold of that and pumping it. So yeah, not really sure what's going on with that. And also there is rumors about people buying it, someone buying FTX and bringing the exchange back up, right? So we're not really sure why that is pumping, but yeah, could be something along the lines of that. Solana up around 6.8%, Bitcoin 2.6%, Gala 6.5%. So overall, guys, just looking at the crypto bubbles here, if you want to check this out, it's cryptobubbles.net, completely free. You can see here, it's very, very bullish. Looking pretty good here for the crypto markets. Fear and greed index, guys, we're looking at around 66 as well. So people are goddamn greedy again. But yeah, that's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching today's update. Look out for this BNB trade if we do reject off this price action channel here. And also, very, very nice stuff happening for Bitcoin, as I just said there. But yeah, that's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. Looking forward to hearing your comments in the comments section. But for now, it is going to be peace out and goodbye from me, Crypto Chester.